I'm testing the audio. Okay, we'll start the class. Today we are going to talk about the data summarization. So when we get a data set like this, we mentioned that we can get the sum on the total revenue of all the products, or we can get the average revenue for all these orders. But often we are not satisfied of just getting these results. Like this very rich data, we can get to know which item type is sold the best, or when is the peak season for the sale, right? Or if it's a table of individual salesperson's records, we need to know who is the best salesman in the company, like that. So for these tasks, we need to use the tools, the features for data summarization. And today, before we do these tasks in Python, we are going to learn how to do these tasks in Excel. Excel is a very basic tool for data, but it's also a very powerful tool. And most of the data processing tasks we have mentioned you can actually get done in Excel without writing any code. So, and often if you go to an interview for data analysts, they will also list out Excel as the necessary tool, necessary skill. And I happen to be an instructor for Excel for Microsoft products for a while, way back when I was in China. Most of my learners are professionals like accounting manager in HR or marketing analyst, and they have good foundation in Excel, but they really want to improve their skills because this tool is so important to their daily job. So first, I want to show you how to do the sum, average, use the functions in Excel. So for example, here you can see already give us the sum of this column and the count average. And if you need more functions, you can find it at here, formula, under the tab of formula. So you can get the sum, max, min, and there are more functions under the, if you open that page. So this is the formula tab, and there are a lot of options there. And the next, we mentioned the sorting in Python, with Python, and also here Excel. With Excel, you can sort this data. Then you can add which column you want to sort. I want to sort by the total revenue. Then it gives us the revenue in descending order. So this is a for sorting function, and it also allows you to filter. If you click the top row, click the filter, and then if you add a filter to all the columns, and sometimes when you add the filter, the data may not automatically recognize this top row as the column name. You may have to, it recognizes. I believe sometimes you have to tell Excel which is the column, which row is the column name. So this is the filter function. You can get revenues larger than 2,000, or you can locate the sales with the specific country. So, okay, this some next one I'm going to show you the data validation. We mentioned the categorical values that have to be the values have to limited to the options we want, right? And this data validation allows you to define the inputs. So if you give it a list, then it only allows offline and online. This is the data validation. And then next one, so let's come back to the task of getting the total revenue of different item types. So what we can use is the subtotal. If you click this table and then select the subtotal, allows you to select which column you want to summarize. So I want to get the revenue of each item type. So I can select item type And next is here is the number you want to add together. Here I'll give the example as the total revenue. I want to add together the total revenue. Also, you can choose to get the average or the count or max of this column. And this one is this one we're going to demonstrate in a second and summarize the data below the data. Okay. But it doesn't give us a good result. As we can see, the fruits over here and there the fruits over here. So it really didn't summarize very good. So in Excel, before you use the subtotal, one trick is you have to sort the value to put the group, put the item types together. Then it will use the group and use it, can do the subtotal very well. But if they are scattered, fruit here, they can only group the numbers that are close by. Okay, so these are scattered in different rows. He cannot get the subtotal. But in Python, we're going to talk about Python later in this class. You don't have to sort first. So let's remove this subtotal. And then let's do this again. So instead of group them together, I have to sort them first. Okay. Now all the baby food items are together and the fruits are together. Now I use the subtotal again. It would give us a good result. Okay, so if I see this at the second layer, the first layer is still no, the first layer is the total. This third layer is the individual items, and the second layer is the group. The numbers are by the group, so we can see the we can see the total revenue of each group now. Okay, so the subtotal, and we saw this feature replace current subtotal. This is used when I need to get a subgroup under this group. For example, I need to know the sales channel and what is the revenue of online products and the baby food products. I need to add another layer. Then we use this feature. Replace no. Right now, if you check this, when I do if I choose the sales channel, then this will replace the current subtotal. But if I add this and unchecked this one, then it will add a second layer to this group. So it means that with a subset. Okay, let's see how it works. So as you can see, I can see the baby food, and then under the baby food, I can see the online total of or offline total under the baby food. Again, this is not a good result because I didn't sort the data before I do this group, before I work on this column. So you have to sort it first and then group them. So the right way to do is let's remove these first. Remove all of them. I sorted by baby food, so I need to sort by the channels first and then sort by the item type. Now all the sales channels are sorted, and the item types are also sorted. Then do this again. Type. And I can add a second layer, subset, that is a sales channel. So now if I click the second layer, I can see the total revenue of each item type. And the third layer, I can see the sales channel, the total revenue of each sales channel under each item type. So that's how we use the subtotal. The next feature is very, very useful in Excel is a pivot table. So with pivot table, we can do all these tasks in a second, and you can manipulate the data freely, very quick. So let's remove these first. So what we'd like to know is each item and the total revenue and under of sales channel of each sales channel under each item type. What we need to do is to just drag these column names under the field. For example, I want the table we just showed, item type and the sales channel, I want it to be organized in a table. Here shows each item type, and here shows each channel. Okay, so I just need to drag these. Just need to check these. Check these. No, I don't want to count. Just need to drag these to the rows, and then for the sales channel, also just need to drag them here, and then what is the values that we need to count? We want to count calculate the total revenue, right? So we just need to calculate here, and you get the perfect table you want. So with the pivot table, you just need to imagine what the table you want to look like, and then just drag and drop the fields. Okay. Yes. And you can also add another layer, like you want to get the number of each region. Yeah, this is a region, right? Get the number of each region, and then you can add here. So this tells us the number of each region, the total revenue in each region. So it's very convenient, and you can quickly learn it and just get all kind of table you want, summarizing the data. Okay. So this is not included in the assignments. I didn't assign you to work on Excel in the assignments. So let's just take 5 minutes to practice these. Okay. Before you forget, because without practicing you forget anything. Yeah, it looks easy, but only when you practice you can master it. That's what I believe. So let's practicing this, and then the data, you can download it at this link. It's included in the slides, and let's get what are the 3 countries has the best revenue. What are the 3 countries gives us the best revenue, and how each item type is sold in each region. Okay, just do this question.
I don't know if you have the slides up on Moodle or not. I don't see.
It's on the top of that model.
Okay.
Choose this one also. Raise your hand if you are done.
to choose the row with the columns. Yeah, that's all.
I noticed this was right. You showed 100.
Subtotal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can find.
Oh, okay.
So it's correct.
And under like data, under data. This is subtotal. This one is subtotal. You have to sort the data with that. But you don't have to. But when you know the pivot table, you really don't have to do that.
I don't know.
Unless you want to keep like the detail every record in BYO show something. Subtotal. You have to sort the data first and then just this is the one you want to group by and this is the value you want to sum up. This is the function, yeah, this is the value. The column you want to sum up.
Okay.
You choose a good because you have this.
I already have your table, so
Yes, so you cannot.
so if I want to use this one, I have.
Remove this, better swing this. Okay. Paste it in a new spreadsheet. Yes. Something insert under insert. It always. Usually you just display two features, use two variables in a table, not to use all of them. Delete two things. This is the column quantity. Usually the column is like another variable. Usually this and drag and drop. Top three countries. Top three countries. Subtotal on sorted expressions. So by now here, when you look like you want to, when you use something you want to the item type, same item type, wrap up in same item type, and sort by the item type. But if you use the subtotal you use it. Some or the words that see see every group together, put together there. They show up in because you didn't solve that, you didn't put together. So we Excel, we each fetch and that gets us the we can actually get those first remove some. Yeah. Sort. Sort right. How it is with the stuff to work with. That's nervous. Let's try the pivot table. How you try to solve it in each division. That's how. So I think your table didn't recognize the column name is wrong. You see the column name in the table. In the table should be the item type, and when you sorted it with the item type, that column name down to somewhere. So it must be somewhere. When you sorted it, somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah, you need to go back to the original source. drag to close without saving and then do this task. You have to sort. This looks good. Yeah, this looks good. New value distribution. You can manipulate data, you can reduce the features you want to display. Usually you just use visual 3 variables. You want too many. You had the same problem with red. So you have the row name is top row as the head. So in your case, you must create a line that's all. Put the value for the top. You have to go back. If you're not sure where you want out, you have to go back and sort it. Sort that. And then you see, now this variable is item. Variable name shouldn't be and you can move this to here and item to here. Everybody agree?
statistic by.
Some units, okay, that's fine.
Somewhere region by.
Yeah, you can move this to the column, so it will be a two-dimensional table. You can just drag and drop it or whatever table you want to create.
Yeah.
Now let's come back to Python. And we are going to repeat this task in Python. So I've already reading this data. And the first thing you're going to mention is to use these methods to get some like statistics of the data of some account, and you can just use the describe, and it will describe all the it will give you all the basic statistic data of the column. For example, I use the column. It's the columns. I use a column region again. So I'll have to change the column names first. So let's do this in Excel and then import this. Okay. Okay, I just use these. Okay. So if I select this column and use the describe method, then it can give us all those basic statistic data. Okay. A lot of you met this problem. That it shows the scientific notation So you can add a NumPy method called surprise, and then this scientific notification will be removed. I'll share the code when I send the email. So this is the method to get the basic statistic data, and then we can do the group, the subtotal in Python also. The first thing we need to do is to create a new table that is ordered by this color, this variable. So the variable I want to group by is item type. So this gives us a new table. Okay. New table. It's quite like similar to the table we see in Excel. All the rows are grouped together, sorted together, and then name it. And with this new data frame, now I can get the numbers of the numbers by each item type. For example, I can get the total revenue, right? You want the total revenue by each item type. And we want to sum. This gives us the number. Okay. Okay, so this is a sum by each item type. And I believe you can use this group by with multiple variables. You just need to group by as a list. So for example, here you can add another layer like the country, then it gives us the table with each country and each item type. So let's group by. And like I said, pivot table is much more convenient than group by. So we can do this with a pivot table also. And same like in Excel. So pivot table has the parameters. You give it to the data you want, and you give it to the values, which value you want to count. The index is the same like the rows. The column you want to display on each row. Okay, and the column is just as it is the columns. This is the function you want to use, mean or sum. So it's quite straightforward. Pivot table. And the index Index is the rows. Rows, we want the item type to be the rows. And the columns. Columns, or we want the, we could display the sales channel or each item in each region, to the region. But it's usually a categorical feature. And the value is usually the numeric feature you want to calculate. And you can sort the result. And, a function. Values. Okay. So this gives us the total revenue under each region and for each item type. Check if the data is correct. Looks fine. Looks good. And you can add more layers with the list. Okay. Okay. The last two things I want to mention is one is the joining data frames. A lot of times we have to join the two data frames. For example, here I have a list. I have a table with the employees' addresses, and I have a table with the employees' salaries. And I want to get a table with both the address and salary. Then we have to join the two data frames. And there are two methods. One is the inner join and the outer join. So these two methods are different. Let's show. Okay, this is the first table and this is the second table. So if I join, do an inner join, that is like if the relationship is the AND relationship. That means that you take the rows that match from both tables. So here you have employee 539 and 597. So if you use the method AND, how many rows will return? It will return 2 rows, 59 and 59, because only these 2 rows match, right? If it's an outer join, it's the relationship is all. So it will get all the rows from here which means that you will have how many rows. And if there's a some of the rows, it cannot find it in one of the table, it will use null value. So this, if we redo an auto join, it should return how many rows. There are two matches, so these will be put together certainly, and these rows, they still will be one row. They will still be merged, but they'll have null values. Let's just run the code and to show the result. I just need to give it the data frame. I need to join, and the how is the first one is the inner. Okay. So returns only two rows. It has to be the user relationship and only two rows match exists in both tables. And the outer join, it should return us 4 rows. So this returns 4 rows, 5, 9, and find the match. 3, 7, it didn't find the match, and then it gets the null values here. Okay, that's 2 methods for joining the data frame, and the last one is querying data. We already use data a lot. You get to the use the Boolean indexing, so you can get to the life square meter under 1,000 to remove the outliers, and also in pandas you can use this method lock. It's the same like the Boolean indexing. You have to use a lock. Sometimes if you didn't add this, it will not work. If the condition is like multiple conditions, better use this one. I lock and lock, this is used more often because in a pandas, if it's the data frame, you have the labels, right? Have the labels. So this is used more often. And the index I lock is like the index we did in NumPy array. You give it the position, the position number 1, the first row or first column, and then you will return the value. But more often we use the lock. We just need to give it the label, the column label and the row label, and then it will return us the matched result. Also, you can use a query. Query is like more like the SQL query you write. You can write this one, like this column. This is the column name, and then this is the condition you want. So they're quite straightforward and they all work. So you can just try to get familiar with this with these tasks, how to select the data. Okay. And okay. I think we're good. So we have 15 minutes left to work on the assignments and to practice what we have talked about in this lesson. And next Monday is Labor Day, so happy Labor Day weekend. And we'll come back on Wednesday to talk about web scraping and share some data.